What's going on, everybody? You got the Raging Rob here. This is Raging Rob. This video is brought to you by Barks Root Beer. Hey, it's better than that Diet Coke, aspartame, and Pepsi. What a sad day, December 15th. 2017 will be the end of a legacy, the end of an era. AOL Instant Messenger, AOL America Online started in 1997. Back then in 97, not a lot of people had the internet. I didn't have the internet in my home until 2000, like early 2001. And back then, you know, me and my brother would fight about being on a computer, and the computer we had back then was just a piece of shit. My dad, he got the computer off some coworker at work he worked with or whatever. Back then it was the phone dial-up, that if you're on the internet, somebody tried calling and would knock you off the internet, or a message would come up on your computer. Dial-up, yeah. It ain't like, you know, Wi-Fi. But back then we had the dial-up. But AOL Instant Messenger is coming to an end on December 15th, and this is truly saddening, because this is where all my harassing, my trolling, my me being who I am on the internet, my legacy, it started with AOL. I mean, you remember back in the day when there's the AIDS sex location, you know, wanna cyber, you know, back in the day when there was the chat rooms, you had the you know, I hung out all the time in the Detroit chat room, and I hung out there every freaking day. This is how chat rooms started. I mean, you know, everybody knew who I was when I went inside that chat room, because I like to stir up shit all the time. And I'm talking, I was 18, 19, 20 years old. 2001 to 2004, maybe, those days. It kind of died off around early 2005, it started dying off. But these were the days. I mean, for hours we were on a computer just trolling people in chat rooms, and you had these other chat rooms, not just, you know, you had all these city chat rooms. You had Detroit and all these other cities. Then you had, what was it, Bonfire, the Hot Tub, the Crowded Room, and then you had Chat Room 1, Chat Room 2. It was just insane. And then slowly as time went on, people stopped coming into the chat room. The Detroit chat room had like 3 different rooms. It was so big. But then it just started dying off, and then it went down to 1 chat room because nobody started going on there anymore. Because, you know, MySpace came in, and when MySpace came in, and people stopped going on AOL, and people started using MySpace Messenger. That was starting to take off, and AOL was slowly dying off. And they finally just started making AOL free, because it was slowly dying off. And now, who goes on it now? I mean, I have a couple of AOL email addresses that I just use just to create Twitter accounts or Facebook accounts. But who uses AOL anymore? But anyway, AOL was the beginning of... It wasn't the beginning of the internet, but it was the beginning of chat rooms. It was the beginning of a legacy. It was the beginning of messaging. It was the beginning of talking to strangers on the internet, you know. But the bad thing is, you get these, you know, pedophiles and stalkers and those people that take advantage of this internet and for evil purposes. It was the beginning of hackers, and I mean, you had hackers a long time. I'm just saying that this made it easier for them. It was the beginning of these real bad trolls, and this is where trolling started. And it wasn't even called trolling back then, I don't think. I mean, you had the Yahoo. You remember, everybody remembers the Yahoo voice chat. Yeah, and that died off. And then Yahoo ended their chat rooms some time ago. A few years ago, Yahoo ended their chats. But AOL, AIM is coming to an end. And this is... I haven't went on AIM in years. I still got my original name, Rob Hot 192. That's where Rob Hot 192 started. And I used Rob Hot 192 for quite some time. I mean, I used Rob Hot 192 from like 2001 all the way up to like, God, 2011, like 10 years. I used it on like everything I logged into. There were some troll accounts of me that took my Rob Hot 192 and created some troll accounts under Rob Hot 192 on some other websites that I've never been on. So you'll probably see it out there, like Reddit, where someone said I'm not gonna say certain things, but there's some couple other 6 sites out there would have Rob Hot 192 because some troll took my name and used it. But anyway, that's where I started. I started at Rob Hot 192. 1982 is the year I was born. My name is Rob, and people said I was hot back then, so I just said, okay. I didn't start Raging Rob until 2009 when I did YouTube. And I started that because somebody suggested me the name Raging Rob. I wanted to start YouTube with Rob Hot 192. And my first YouTube channel, I had the URL Rob Hot 192. But I just put down, well, I'll just call it Raging Rob. But I said, this is Raging Rob. But the URL was youtube.com/Rob Hot 192, my very first YouTube channel, which opened up in April 2009. So that's how that started. And I still have, and I used Rob Hot 192 on my Xbox 360, gamer tag, which I don't use anymore. I just use Raging Rob 192. The Rob Hot 192 thing I used just totally died off. But AOL Instant Messenger, this is where it all started. This is where I started on the internet. This is where I started, my legacy. I've been on the internet since 2001, 16 years, and this is where I started my legacy. And now it's coming to an end. I met a few people off AOL in person. A couple of girlfriends, a couple of buddies of mine. They used to have these AOL chat parties where you around your local area where you can, like the Detroit chat. We have chat parties sometimes where we go out and and we agreed to meet somewhere at a party or something, or at a bar, or at a bowling alley, and we go bowling together. I mean, I've been to a few of those. I've been to a few, what they call it, AOL chat parties. And these were the days, and it just, oh my God, the memories. I mean, I wish that I could go back in time and relive some of these memories. I mean, it was just absolutely biblical. I mean, the good times I had, some of the people I met, and I met a couple of girlfriends, off there, and don't worry, I don't have any kids. But anyway, just the times that I had on AOL Instant Messenger and AOL back in the day was just, this is where it all started. And now, there's a saying out there, and it says, nothing lasts forever. And it's just sad that this is all coming to an end. But the next best thing takes over. Facebook took over MySpace. YouTube started. YouTube started in 2005, I think. Maybe 2006. Now you can actually videotape yourself and be yourself on, YouTube. But who knows? Maybe VidMe will take off and take over YouTube. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the coming days. All we know is something big might come, and it might take over the next thing, Facebook took over MySpace. MySpace kind of took over AOL a little bit. So we don't know what the next genius or the next big thing that could come and take over. So in due time, we shall see. But anyway, rest in peace AOL, rest in peace AIM. December 15th, it's all over, and it's going to be a sad day. But these are the times we live in. Nothing lasts forever, so enjoy it. Enjoy Facebook, enjoy YouTube while you can, because you never know. It could be gone one day. Enjoy MySpace while you can. I mean, I enjoyed MySpace while I did, because now it's gone. So enjoy all that. Enjoy AOL, and enjoy it, because one day it might be gone. This is Raging Rob.